to Mrs. Mary Jones, at Brambleton Hall, and see, dear Mary, having the occasion of my cousin Jenkins of Aberga, New York, I send you, as a token, a turkey shell comb, a kipple of yards of green ribbon, and a sarment upon the nothingness of good works, which was preached in the tabernacle, and you will also receive a hornbuck for Saul, whereby she may learn her letters, for Finn much concerned about the state of her poor soul. And what are all the pursuits of this life to the concerns of that immortal part? What is life but a veil of affliction? Oh, Mary! The whole family have been in such a constipation. Mr. Clinker has been in trouble, but the gates of hell have not been able to prevail again him. His virtue is like poor Gould, 7 times tried in the fire. He was tuck up for a rubbery, and had before Gustaus Bushard, who made his Mittamouse, and the poor youth was sent to prison upon the false oath of a Willian, that wanted to swear his life away for the lucre of Cain. The squire did all in his power, but could not prevent his being put in chains, and confined among common manufactors, where he stood like an innocent sheep in the midst of wolves and tigers. Lord knows what might have happened to this pie-house young man, if master had not applied to Appius Corcus, who lives with the old bailiff, and is, they say, 500 years old, God bless us, and a conqueror, but, if he be, sure I am he don't deal with the devil, otherwise he couldn't have fought out Mr. Clinker, as he did, in spite of stone walls, iron bolts, and double locks, that flew open at his command, for old Scratch has not a greater enemy upon hearth than Mr. Clinker, who is, indeed, a very powerful labourer in the Lord's vineyard. I do no more than use the words of my good lady, who has got the infectual calling, and, I trust, that even myself, though unworthy, shall find grace to be accepted. Miss Liddy has been touched to the quick, but is a little timorsome. Howsomever, I make no doubt, but she, and all of us, will be brought, by the endeavours of Mr. Clinker, to produce blessed fruit of generation and repentance. As for master and the young squire, they have as yet had narrow glimpse of the new light, I doubt as how. Their hearts are hardened by worldly wisdom, which, as the Bible saith, is foolishness in the sight of God. O Mary Jones, pray without ceasing for grace to prepare you for the operations of this wonderful instrument, which, I hope, will be exercised this winter upon you and others at Brambleton Hall. Tomorrow, we are to set out in a cox and 4 for Yorkshire, and, I believe, we shall travel that way far, and farther than I can tell, but I shan't go so far as to forget my friends, and Mary Jones will always be remembered as one of them by her humble servant, Win. Jenkins, London, June 14th.